Angry guy here, and men are done with modern women and they don't even know it. Men are done with modern women and they don't even know it. It's unbelievable. But despite the fact that there are some women that are realizing that men are walking away from Western society and Western women, there's the vast majority still seem to think that men want to have something to actually do with them and that men are going to negotiate. They don't realize that the password bros are the men with money and the men of value. They mock these men saying, oh, you're leaving with your little $20,000 and going overseas to, enrich the lives of a poor woman in another country that doesn't know any better. When in reality, the average person in America is living paycheck to paycheck. A man that can move overseas and can hold out a wife and a family is a man of value. But these women don't seem to realize that because they are so privileged and so stuck up. Let's jump into the video.
Is it just me, or is anyone else running out of people they like?
From this point on, just call me DVD because I'm getting older, no one really wants me anymore, and then once in a while someone will take me out, and then I get played. Thank you.
God just keeps sending me clown after clown after clown. Like, Lord, if you want me to open a circus, just tell me.
Actually, you have it backwards. You are the clown, and you are the one that are looking for suitable men to put you in their circus. There, I fixed it for you.
Is it just me? Or could we bring back men who take women on real dates? Like show up at the door with flowers, open their car door for them. I know I'd appreciate it.
And I know a lot of men would appreciate virgins in the West, but a lot of women have more bodies than the morgue and the cemetery. So what's actually happened is you guys still want the same old standards from 2008, but you are no longer those type of women, nor do you qualify. So men have changed.
You ain't special. No girl, you ain't special. Y'all all require the same shit that ain't special.
I see a lot of videos now on my FYP page of women complaining about dating in your 30s. Ladies, I think we're kind of limiting ourselves. Let's think about this. We can now date multiple generations and it's considered socially acceptable.
So is acting like a man, being masculine, and making a certain type of money and gaining an A-type personality and a business mind like a male would in 2023. But it still doesn't get women any of the results that they want, and it actually pushes away and limits their pool of men.
It's so insane. These modern women seem to believe that by being a boss babe and I'm going to have my own, I'm Miss Independent, I'm a strong black woman, these are going to be things that are going to bring more men in. And they're thinking that, oh, and the men that don't want me, I'm just eliminating the guys that are no good for me because I need a man that can hold me down. I need a man that can handle me. And they don't realize that a man doesn't want to have to handle a woman. A man wants a woman that brings him peace. He doesn't want a woman that he has to come home with and argue with and literally go to war with. A man is always out there every day fighting in the world. Men and women live two very different lives. All right. Women live life on easy mode. The world is not a safe place for men or women, but men, it's because of men why women live in relative safety. All right. The risk of a man, being put in a situation where he could be at a disadvantage of someone who may want to do harm to him or to steal from him. He's more likely to be robbed, or he's more likely to be the victim of a violent event than a woman is. But women don't care because the world revolves around them. Everything revolves around them, and it's because of this attitude why they can't see anything out of that perspective. Women are consumers. They are the biggest consumers on the planet, and men are producers. Men are the biggest producers on the planet. And the thing is that women believe that they are entitled to everything. They're entitled to a man's utility. They're entitled to protection. They're entitled to everything. And if you don't give it to them, they'll immediately call you a misogynist, which is very interesting. So basically, give me what I want, or I'll call you a misogynist. And we know that misogynists are bad, and they mean bad, and these are dangerous men because being called a misogynist is basically like being called. It's another way of being shamed. It's kind of like the N-word. It's like They use that word to shame you, to control you, and to socially ostracize you. So basically, it's like putting a mark on you and marking you, and other people are afraid to say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to avoid this person because they've been marked by society. They've been shamed," and as a result, men are basically saying, "You know what? I'm walking away entirely from society. I'm walking away from relationships, dating. I'm focusing on myself. I'm focusing on my own happiness. I'm not going to allow someone to disturb my peace." And that's one of the biggest problems. They don't comprehend that what men truly want in life is peace. They don't want to be, they don't want to constantly have to fight. They don't want to have to constantly have to be at war with anyone. They just want to live a life of virtue, a life where they can just find find a passion, focus upon that passion, and and go from there. No one wants to have a continuous battle in life. Everyone wants to find peace in life. Everyone wants to just be happy and find meaning in that happiness. But at this point in time, that's not what's happening, because these people, these ladies, they have these extraordinarily high expectations. They want millionaires, they want billionaires. I've said this before, that the plan A guys are not, the guys who are 6'3", the guys making over $100,000 a year or $1 million a year, the guys that have influence, these are not plan A guys, these are plan B. These are the guys that these are the come up guys. They're going to use these guys to build themselves up. And once they're done with them, they're going to leave them. They're planning the exit before they plan the entrance. And that's just the way society absolutely operates. The plan S guys are the guys who are billionaires. Those are the guys who have significant amounts of money and influence, but there's only very few of those individuals. You have to understand that this is just the nature of the world and the nature of the game in the Western society. And the cards are completely stacked against the average man, which is why the average man is removing himself from society today and going overseas and finding a happy life with a Filipino wife and forming new communities and having his children over there.
Let me walk you through it. First, we've got 40s and 50s. Nice homes, boats.
And what women that are in their 30s and higher don't seem to understand is that men that are in their 40s and 50s that have boats, that have yachts, that have properties and homes, guess who are in those properties and homes? Women between 18 to 24, not 30.
They want to date 20-year-olds. They have emotional baggage if they've been married, potentially kids. But we can be their plan B.
Doesn't matter, because the men are not looking at 30-year-olds. Men that are in the 30s with you, ladies that are 30, they're looking at 18, 19, 20, 21, fresh in the dating market. That's just how it is. 18 to 65, men find women the most attractive between 18 to 24. Also, men don't have emotional baggage. Females do. Whatever doesn't break us actually makes us. When women go through things, they're not built for it. They're not built for hardships, but men are. Because if it doesn't break us, it makes us stronger, last longer, and we level up along with our taste in women. So the women are always going to be better if we do the work.
20s. They don't want anything serious. They just want to have fun.
Yeah.
So you date them and have fun, and then when they piss you off, you date their dad and boats. So not that bad.
Shut the up.
Men in their 20s are actually using you.
It's so funny because, I remember I had a coworker, and he was talking about how he was getting the butt from this hot 30-year-old. This guy was in his 20s at the time. And it's interesting because these women, they don't comprehend that, these young chads, they're just using them. They will never marry you. A woman who actually is delusional enough to believe that a Chad wants to marry her, oh my gosh. Chads and Tyrones have options. These guys are getting the lion's share of women. They're not going to settle down with you. You're basic to them. All right? You're basic. You're like, it's literally like they're in and they're out. They get the butt and then they go. And these women seem to think that these men will actually love them. It's so funny because the men that women love are the men that don't love them. They don't love them. They have options. They're in love with tons. These guys have tons and tons of different women, and all of these women are in love with them. Guys, modern day women are delusional, And this is why men are done with modern women and they don't even know it. Modern women don't even know it, but little by little, they are going to wake up when they see more and more guys not just turning their backs on them. And they realize the guys that they're trying to get, the guys that they used to, that they avoided, that they called corny, and they rejected, they can't even get those guys anymore. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you right now. What do you think about this? Men are done with modern women and they don't even know it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away, and cheers.